Hello and welcome to BA2320 Business Law and Ethics. My name is Bob Steele. I'll be your instructor for this mod. My contact information is down here with the name, email address, and phone number. Best way to contact typically is with an email, given a few times that we can meet by phone and or screen share at those times. We then have the resources that are familiar to previous classes that we have taken, including the syllabi, the homework grid, and the welcome letter. The course overview will go over the standard layout and some of the documents that are in every course. So I won't spend a lot of time going over that. You can watch the course overview to see how to navigate through things. And we've probably already seen that in prior presentations or prior courses as well. I do want to take a quick look at the syllabi, however, so let's take a look at the syllabi. The syllabi is going to have the same contact information up top, so if you wanted to print that out, you can do so. Course overview, we'll read through that. This course provides an introduction to business law and ethics. Students will explore the role of business law from both the business and consumer point of view. Topics include civil, criminal, and tort law, as well as legal and ethical concepts pertaining to the valid formation of contracts, consumer law, international jurisdiction and conflict resolution, the Uniform Commercial Code, employment law, white-collar crime, and corporate social responsibility. There are two prerequisites to this course, BA1110, Business Fundamentals, and BA1115, Human Relations in Organizations. If you've taken these courses recently and you think there's a question as to whether they have been passed, you really want to check into that, and so that you don't waste the first week. It might take a little bit of time for the registrar's office to process that, and therefore you might be removed from this class if these two have not been passed prior to this, and it's better to get a head start on that and take care of that as soon as possible so that you don't lose a week in either this class or the other class, whatever class needs to be taken during this mod. I'm going to let you go through the learning objectives on your own. Just note that the instructional materials will be no textbook, so everything's going to be included within the shell of the course. I'll let you go through the resources, the instructional methods, and the topics. I do want to take a look at the point breakout. We have the categories, the discussion questions, the quizzes, the assignments, and the homeworks. I do suggest that this would be the strategy for this class, and just about every class would be to try to get 100% of the 21% of the discussion forums. Everybody has the most control over that, and therefore you really want to pick up all those points as possible. Then get as close to full credit on the homework and the assignments. Once again, the idea being that we have the most control over that, we can really pick up pretty much as many of those points as we can, and then go into the midterm final and quizzes with as many points as possible, this being the area where we don't have as much control over our grade, and we'll have to do as best we can on those. So that's the strategy I would apply here. Try to get the most of the discussion, pick up all the points for the assignments and the homework. You want to get as close to full credit as possible, and then go into the quizzes with as many points as possible. Let's go back to Moodle Rooms. I'm going to scroll down to the current week that we are in Moodle Rooms, and we will have the familiar layout. We have the objectives, we have the topics, and we have the lessons. The topics are going to include an overview of the American legal system, impact of business law on business and society, and overview of business structure types, civil versus criminal law, types of law, and tort. We see the lessons here, so they're going to be the text lessons that you go through and read through within Moodle Rooms. Also have this resource here that you can click on this resource, and this will take you to an audio presentation. It's just audio. Although it's a YouTube video, it's just going to be an audio presentation on YouTube, so you can take a look at that. Going to go back to our course here. Then we have the discussion forums, and everything from the discussion forums on down. That's what we need to get done. Remember that those discussion forums are worth 21% of the grade, huge piece of the grade. Really where we're going to touch on a lot of these different topics is within the discussion forums. So you want to make sure that we're posting and getting full credit, or as close to possible as full credit as possible. In order to do that, we need at least 4 posts. I would post more than 4 times to make sure to pick up full credit. 4 posts is the minimum that we can post in order to get full credit. However, if we keep going beyond 4 posts, then we're more likely to pick up more points and get to full credit. Remember that the points do accumulate upwards Unlike something like an assignment where we have a fixed number of points, the points do accumulate upwards. So if we post more, we can pick up more. Now, a post will only provide more points if it's adding to the content of the topic in terms of legal terms and providing substance to the topic. So we want to make sure that we are adding content. And if you reference anything to, like, say, Google search or anything, then make sure that you provide the reference, or else that would be plagiarized, and we don't want to stay away from any plagiarism. And to get full credit, then you also want to paraphrase it in your own words, or say whether or not you agree with it, and that'll be the way to get the most points out of any particular post in the discussion forums. Then we have the assignments and the quizzes. The assignments, we have just this one assignment, so you want to take some time. This is going to be a format of paper type of assignment. Take some time and do the research on this and get as many points as possible, considering this is the one assignment for the week. And then we have the quiz down here. Remember to take the quiz by Sunday. We cannot generally make up quizzes unless there's some unusual circumstance, in which case we take that on a case-by-case basis, and therefore you want to make sure to pick up the quizzes. If you run into a time constraint, take the quiz by Sunday, even if you do not feel prepared, and then go back and see if we can pick up any late work on the assignments after that point in time. Gradebook is going to be up here on the left-hand side. We have the Moodle Rooms gradebook. It's going to be a green icon, which looks like this. It's a little grayed out at this point. Remember that the grades will be in by Sunday. I'm going to have the grades completely updated by, I hope, Tuesday. I believe I have until Wednesday, but we're going to try to get them in there by Tuesday around noon. Therefore, you want to go into the Moodle Rooms gradebook Tuesday around noon and make sure that the grades have been updated as you know they should be, considering you've been checking everything off as you have been going. That's going to be it for week 1, the first week of the course, and so have a great week 1.